Welcome to your astrology forecast for December 2023. These readings are designed for Sagittarius Rising, but can still be relatable if you have a Sun, Moon, Mercury, or Venus in Sagittarius. Watch the videos of all your personal planets, for there may be a message there for you. Okay, Sagittarius Rising and Sagittarius Sun. For the first half of the month of December, of course, we know the Sun will be in Sagittarius in your sign. So that means it will be in your first house of identity and appearance and personality. So, of course, your identity and how you present yourself will be in focus during this time period. You are more conscious about how you present yourself during this time. And you may be taking on a more leadership role in some type of capacity. It may be at work, it may be at home, it may be within your family in general, wherever it particularly is for you. You're taking on this leadership role and you want to present yourself as such. That's why your appearance will be of high focus during this time period. You may also be guiding or training people with less experience than you. These people might be younger than you, but whatever the case may be, it's a mentor type of energy that's coming to you during this time period. And you're really thinking ahead, you're planning ahead. You have this long range vision, these far off goals. It's going to take time to reach those goals, but still you're creating those goals and you're really, really thinking ahead and how you're going to complete them, what steps you're going to take to complete them, and recognizing where you might need to get help or support. So there is just a strong sense of purpose and of direction. Like you have direction now. You have clarity to make direction during this time period. And it's also because you spent the time healing, or you're completely healed. So everybody's in their own stage. But whether you are still healing or you are completely healed, it's the healing itself is really helping you find clarity and find direction for where you want your life to go and how you're going to get there. Your physical transformation will bring about an opportunity that will ultimately transform your life circumstances. You will be receiving attention from romantic suitors. You or someone who is interested in you will be stepping up to make an offer of love, or simply showing you more affection and taking you out to go and do some fun activities together. It may not be necessarily a date, but it may be a friendship that turns into, something else, something more. Conversations will be eye-opening during this time period and very honest, as you and the people around you will be expressing your heart's desires. You're really going to be letting it be known what you desire. You will also be tapping into your spiritual nature and connecting to source more during this period. Some of you will even, take a deep dive into the religion of your childhood, like whatever religion maybe your parents were associated with or a part of, and you kind of like, as you got older, you know, went away from that and to take your own path in the situation. But you might be taking a deep dive into those religions, um, to gain more knowledge about it and through it, and not really taking it on as in this is what I believe in, but more so of this is what I found out, this is what I discovered about these particular religions. So that's for a few of you, not all of you. But for many of you, you are leveling up and beginning your eagle stage. There are different transformations, three major transformations that Scorpio represents for all of us. And what's the first one? The Scorpion stage, the eagle stage and then the phoenix stage. And for a lot of you, you are entering or in the midst of that major transformative energy of the eagle, in which you are becoming a leader, you are taking charge, you are establishing freedom for yourself that is honest to who you are organizing your life and strategizing your moves by thinking way ahead in the future, as you are stepping into these leadership roles. Um, and when I say like strategizing for the future and planning way ahead for the future for a particular vision that you have, I'm not talking about like, okay, in 3 years, I want to do that. I want to be here, or in 5 years, I want to be here and I want to make this amount of money. I mean, that could be a part of it, but that's not the gist of it. It is bigger than that. I think about like certain Chinese traditions, or how they do it is they think like 200 years ahead. So even though like most of us are not even going to touch half of that, um, but for them it's thinking that far ahead and planning accordingly. It's quite amazing when you think about it. It should be something that we all do, really, because it's very wise. Because you're not only thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about the future generations. That it's like that tree metaphor where it's like you plant this tree knowing that you most likely won't be able to experience the fruits of that tree, because it could be like an avocado tree where I think avocado trees take like 80 years or something like that before they start budding fruit, or it's like really long. And that's what I think about. It's like I'm planting this for other people in mind, not even for myself, but just knowing how it's going to nourish the community in the future gives me hope, joy, and so much satisfaction. It's like that type of planning. Okay, I went on a tirade. Sorry, my bad. Back to Sun and Sagittarius. Because you are completing this cycle of course something new is going to be birthed, right? When you end a cycle, something new begins. And for this time in your life, with this newness coming in, you are having so much and receiving so much support from your community, from your friends, from your family, and in particularly your mother or a mother figure will be, let's just say metaphorically, and for some of you literally, but for the majority of you, metaphorically, this mother or mother figure will be taking on like a midwife or a doula type of role, in which you're the one who's creating, the project, or birthing this newness, right, into being. You're doing the majority of the work. You have to be the one to get that project out, to go through those labor pains to produce this beautiful, gift to the world. Um, but this particular mother figure, or your mother, is going to be pivotal, as in like her support will empower you. Like you will feel so empowered, like you can do this. You can do this. Just breathe, breathe. You got this. Like it's going to be so supportive and so empowering. And it may be something as simple as her just giving you a compliment. Like, oh, wow, you look really sharp today, and that just makes you feel like $1 trillion, and then you just go out in the world with this energy, this fire, because you felt so good about that compliment that you received, and you make magic happen. Luck just it follows you, just dumps on you blessings. It could be something that simple, but whatever it is, you're going to be so empowered. I caution you, however, that during this period, because of all this attention you're going to be getting, the recognition, the compliments, you're going to get showered with it because you're going to be looking that good. I caution you to not become prideful or arrogant, and just be balanced in how you view yourself during this time period, because with all that good stuff coming your way, you don't want to get big headed and then make faulty decisions, or go down a path that, isn't suitable for you in the long run because you got, big headed. Just take those compliments because you're beautiful all year long. But because the sun is in Sagittarius and it's impacting your first house, it's just going to magnify your attractiveness. So just be cautious of that. Moving along. On December the 2nd, Mercury will be beginning its transit into Capricorn just for a little while. And there will be direct communication coming in that will finally give you clarity on a situation, and you will be very happy with the resulting information. This is going to help you gain stronger footing in your finances and makes it easier for you to pursue what you are passionate about in your life, what brings you a lot of joy and happiness in life. And of course, money is on the line if when we're dealing with Capricorn ever. But for you in particular, since it's Mercury in Capricorn, it will be in your second house. So that is your valuables, your possessions, money in general, but also what you hold value in. So, with that being said, um, you will have moments where you're able to ground and be clear on what you value in life. And you may be hearing about a job opportunity coming your way or an offer to work on some sort of project or partner up with someone else to create something. Like if you're an independent contractor, you might be getting some really good job offers for you to take. So, all in all, you're during this time period, you're like beating out the competition. And if there is conflicts arising, those are only meant to distract you. So stay in the energy of cooperation, willing to cooperate with people and work with people. Stay focused, and your determination will definitely pay off during this period in which Mercury is in Capricorn. Okay, so on December 5th, Venus enters Scorpio. That is your 12th house. And it's funny because the song that comes to mind for you, Sagittarius, is I Don't Want to Be a Player No More. Like, I am done with the single life. I want to be partnered up with someone who's amazing and just as fun and adventurous as I am. And where's my proposal? I'm ready. That's like the energy. Like, I don't want to be a player anymore. And you may be waiting on a proposal of taking the relationship to the next step, whatever step that may be for you. It may be just a committed relationship, it may be marriage, whatever that might be. And someone in the equation is trying to decide between being single and independent and enjoying that freedom that comes with casual relationships, or saying, okay, no, I need to be committed. I want to be committed. Others have done the shadow work and realize where their fear of commitment stems from. And they see how their toxic behavior in the past has hurt people, has hurt the people that they care about and that they love. There may have been secret love affairs going on, possessiveness, jealousy involved in these, relationships or situationships that you were in, and they've hindered you. Ultimately, they have hindered you. That's not all for all of you, but take it where it applies. Either way, recognizing the toxic ways, we all have toxic ways that we have to, heal and fix and resolve, all of us. So I'm not trying to pick on you. But it's Venus in Scorpio and it's your 12th house. So that is something that's going to come up that you have to resolve within self, and take the time to recognize those toxic ways that you have when dealing with romantic relationships, dealing with your the things that bring you pleasure. It doesn't always have to be relationships. It can be simply your vices. You know, you might drink too much. You might smoke too much. You might party too much. You might procrastinate too much. You might, you know, leave people out in the cold, you know, ghost people. It could be anything, right? Whatever it is for you, it's really taking a look at that and making that judgment call to do better and to change and to resolve those issues that you have within self. It's an inner reflection that will bring enlightenment and emotional stability to you in a way in which you can grow up and mature, right? We all have to grow up and mature at some point. Do we all do that? No. Some people stay in a regressive stage. But I don't want that for you, and I have a feeling you don't want that for yourself either. So there's this energy of, you know, learning from the past, gaining wisdom from our mistakes as well as our successes, and moving forward with that wisdom to accomplish what we want to accomplish in life and be able to, you know, meet those challenges head on. So, anywho, a lot of you are going through that phase of maturing. And as your heart opens up, you move from an ego based consciousness to that of a heart based consciousness. That's where compassion is felt, not only for others, but for yourself. You allow old judgments to fall away and release anger and hatred into the past. That's done. That's over with. That's the past. This is me new. And you may be connecting with someone who is not your usual type, or they may be an extreme opposite of you, like a different ethnicity, a different religion, a different nationality, a different economic status, you know. Like, for example, they may have came from a wealthy family, or maybe they were adopted and they don't know, you know, their family history. So whatever it is, it's something that is so different from you and your circumstances, your status, your being. But it's a perfect balance to you, because what they have, you lack, and what they lack, you have. Like, it's a vice versa type of thing, and you guys are both balancing each other's energies out. So it's really, really beautiful. It might not be, you might not feel that way as you're going through it, because it's very challenging. There will be challenges, you know. You will be met with opposition. You will be met with obstacles, and it's interesting because the energy is that these power struggles, these obstacles, these challenges are meant to strengthen the relationship, because you both will learn something through those challenges but once you get the resolution and you're able to resolve it and you know, clear it out, then you'll look back and go, oh wow, like, you know, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm bigger and better than I was before because of these challenges. That's the energy. So, yeah, moving on. On December 7th, Neptune stations direct in Pisces. That's your fourth house. And of home and comfort, a motherly figure, you know, that energy. So I feel like you're taking back control of your life and gaining so much knowledge by learning major lessons through your life experiences that you've had while Neptune was retrograde. By it becoming direct, you're now feeling clarity, you're feeling empowered, you're feeling wiser, and ready to move forward into new experiences, move forward with ideas that you have, the visions that you have for the future. You are making decisions for yourself and dictating for yourself how you will react to certain things and situations when they arise. You're no longer in this space of delusions, right? Or just being delusional. You are very sure, you're very reassured, and you know, the best path for you. And because of this, you're winning. There's this whole winning energy and more self-discipline, right? You're cultivating something just amazing in your life, and you're being grounded. And this grounding that you are creating for yourself is allowing you to flourish. Of course, there's going to be birthday celebrations, but these particular birthday celebrations, they're hitting differently this year. And you are just feeling yourself. You're feeling life. You're feeling good. You're truly stepping into a new life, possibly a new home, possibly moving somewhere new, or establishing a home with someone. There are possible additions happening to your home, as far as new, you may have just had a baby, or you adopted someone, or you're partnering up with someone and you're deciding, hey, let's move in together. Whatever it is, there's just this energy of newness, and because of this, you're just enjoying life to the fullest. But there's definitely something relating to the mother, since we're dealing with that fourth house energy, something definitely dealing with the mother. And I feel like it's a conversation that's had that allows you to release your fears and release your stress about something in particular for you. It allows you to be like, you know what, I'm no longer holding back who I am. And I'm no longer doing this to appease other people. It's about me. I get that energy, that I am energy. Taking back control, like for reals, over your life. And possibly taking on a new role. Like I said before, you might just had a child, so you're taking on a new role of being a parent, either for the first time, or maybe you have more kids now, so it's a different experience when there's just one and now there's two or three or four or five. There's a different experience that comes with that. You might be having a different gender this time around, where at first you were having all girls and boom, you get a boy. It's something of newness of that role of taking on the parental. You may even be switching how you coming across. You might have came across as more authoritative, which is not bad all the time. But now you're taking more of a nurturing role in the situation, or within your home. I just see more responsibilities in the house that you are taking on to relieve stress off of someone else, or just to create balance within the home. All in all, you are falling in love with yourself, with your spouse, with your children, with your house. You're just falling in love with life. And it's a new, more evolved feelings of loving care for the special people in your life. And you are showing them recognition as they show you appreciation for your existence in their lives. It's birthday season, so of course they're going to show you appreciation, be like, man, I'm so glad you were born, because you are so great in my life. And that's filling up your cup with love. You have so much clarity. I'm saying Neptune direct, oh, thank the heavens, because woo, lordy, we need some direction. We need some clarity. We need those that fog lifted, right? And what is needed from you in order to create balance in your home, you're recognizing that. To create balance in your life, you're recognizing that. And you're recognizing how much energy you are giving to other, parts of your world, whether it be your work, friends outside, the home, stuff like that. And then you recognize, hey, wait, I need to balance out how much I give to the outside world and how much I give to my inner world, which is first, it's you. Because you must give to yourself to replenish yourself, rejuvenate yourself, and make sure you are strong. Because how can you give to anybody if you are depleted, right? So the first is to you and your inner world, but then it's to your family, to the ones who are close to you, because they give way more than you may even realize. So moving on to the new moon that we're having in your sign on December the 12th. So that means your first house, once again, is getting highlighted. And it's all about setting intentions for new beginnings. And of course, your identity and your appearance is once again the spotlight of the month. And you're still looking good. You are still looking good. And there's new changes to your appearance that are just spot on for you. It's showing people a different side of yourself and setting new goals for where you want your life to go moving forward, and really being concrete in that, in what you want to see. And of course, after healing, if you have not healed already, please, please, please stay strong and continue that process until you are fully healed. Because after healing from certain relationships and situations involving possibly, partying too much or engaging in distracting behaviors, you gain clarity on what needs to be released in order to have a fresh start. Your body goals are coming into the forefront. So you might be going to the gym more. You might be changing your eating habits. Whatever it is, the body definitely is going to be pivotal, for the mid of the month on moving forward. And really sticking to those habits, those routines that you are establishing during this new moon in Sagittarius, is really sticking to it and being open and honest about things, right? Um, just major revelations taking place during this time. You are going to get so much insight on certain things, certain plans that you had, certain prayers that you've been praying out, hopes and wishes. It's almost like everything is coming true. And it's just so much clarity. And you also will be receiving a lot of ideas. Um, yeah, you're going to be receiving a lot of ideas. Just make sure that you're not too heavily focused on keeping everything like to yourself, or keeping things um, on the mental plane. It's time to detach from that and to actually manifest it into reality. And so you can think about it, but don't think about it too long, too hard, because on the very next day, um, Mercury retrogrades in Capricorn. So we definitely don't want to, be making new plans and setting new goals and intentions with Mercury being retrograde, especially in Capricorn. So kind of have these things already thought out beforehand, right? And also, just a side note, I don't know if I mentioned it in the Venus and Scorpio, don't become bitter with love, okay? Because love isn't giving up on you. I don't know who needed to hear that, but just know that, okay? Um, so anywho, December 13th, Mercury retrogrades in Capricorn in your second house. So, advice for how to move during the retrograde period is to be careful with your temper. Don't be domineering or controlling. Come with the gentleness of a father speaking to his daughter, that type of energy. And if you don't know what that type of energy looks like or feels like, just be more gentle in your approach, and remain conscious of how you are coming off, because you don't want to be controlling or domineering during this time period. It can come back to bite you in the behind. So be conscious of how you say things, as much as, okay, being conscious of what you say. Okay, because you could be sharp with your words during this time period, during this transit. I see you being the voice of reasoning. So with that being said, if you are the voice of reasoning, you want to make sure you're balanced in your approach, that everybody gets the same, fair treatment, right? So it's just with that, you just got a winning energy during this time period, during it's just a winning energy. And if you keep that energy and keep that approach, the outcomes will always be in your favor. So it's like a float like a butterfly, sting like a bee type of like thing, where like sometimes you just gotta float on out of there. Like, oh, I see conflict happen. I ain't got nothing to do with this. Bye. You know, out of here. But then sometimes you gotta defend your territory. Sometimes you gotta protect the hive. So knowing when to play the butterfly and when to play the bee with the sting. Okay. And please, for the love of God, do not begin new projects during this time period with Mercury being retrograde. I mean, why would you want to do that? Why? This is a time to go back and review. Okay, it's the RE energy when it's retrograde. It's review, reflect, all that. This is the best time to do that. You can go back and review past projects or ideas that you had, and you can actually revamp them during this time period or pull out the best parts from them to use later for something else. Like that. That's more of the energy you want to go with. You don't want to start something completely new during this time. Of course, when the sun enters Capricorn, which I believe is on the 23rd or 22nd, I always forget, but when it's not your season no more, and we all into Capricorn season. And when that happens, of course, the sun will be in your second house, which is great because that means money is coming, right? Especially if you put in the work prior to, you're going to see a good manifestation of some solid money coming through or solid money opportunities coming through. Either way, your money is a heavy focus during this time, and you might be more frugal with your spending, perhaps for your birthday celebrations or because of your birthday celebrations. You like, oh, damn, I kind of overspent it. I, of course, advise you not to be in the receiving mode of receiving gifts and all that, and money and all that, and kind of like hold on to your money. But if you got down to Capricorn season and you realized, okay, I need to step it back, okay? Be frugal with your spending. You may be preparing for the holidays. Don't overspend for the holidays. Trust me. In the future, you're going to be happy that you did not overspend for the holidays. Really taking time to look at certain things and go, is this needed? Is this necessary? Is this, required type of energy? If not, do I really need it? You may be walking away from people, places, things, mentalities, attitudes that no longer suit you because it's taking away from you. And you are in the mode of receiving, or you should be in the mode of receiving. You are gaining so much in regards to wealth across the board. I'm talking about monetary wealth or material wealth, wealth and knowledge, wealth and spiritual insight, wealth and just looking around and seeing like all your family members and going, wow, I got such a great family, such a beautiful family, such a generous, loving family. Like just feeling that warmth, that's wealth, right? Because everybody doesn't have that. So just seeing the wealth that surrounds you, right? That's not only to do with money. You are shifting in your thoughts in regards to what you truly value in life. And because of this, you are ascending into your spirituality, into a higher consciousness. You are receiving a lot of gifts, love, and support, and it's really beautiful. So moving on to the 24th of December, Mercury goes into Sagittarius. It's still retrograde, but it's gonna, transit Sagittarius for a little bit, which is your first house. um So you may have had to walk away from a partnership or a relationship in the past. Take it how it goes. Somebody could have walked away from you. Like I said, there may have been some possessiveness, some obsessive behavior, kind of stalkerish from you or them, and it caused you to lose focus for a time. And you simply just, or you took a break. That's also a possibility. Sometimes people aren't necessarily fully walking away. They're just saying, hey, we just need a break from each other. You're kind of smothering me, or it's kind of becoming obsessive, and I don't want it to get there. Like, let's just separate for a little bit and see if that energy, that love, that compassion, that passion is still there when we come back after being separated for some time. Whatever it is, it's caused you to lose some focus. And this person will be returning. They will be returning during this Mercury retrograde, and they're returning to make amends. Um, and this might be something that you are desiring back in your life, because you invested a lot into this relationship and exhibited a lot of patience during trying times between the two of you, when there may have been differing opinions about things and boundaries that had to be established because you or they were not going to compromise about certain things. And it's okay not to compromise about certain things that you truly say, like, no, this is my moral stance, and be strong in that, stand 10 toes down. But there are instances where we should compromise, and we should be more compromising in order to keep the balance and the fairness within the relationship. So just giving you a heads up. I mean, do with that as you see fit. um Full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Cancer on the 26th of December, which means it's going to be your 8th house. That's other people's money, that's taxes, that's also debts that we may owe or is owed to us. It's also a very transformative house, and it also deals with the transition of someone passing. Um, the wills and the legal aspects of that. I really see you preserving your energy during this time, because you have been giving to a situation or a person a little too much, and it has depleted you. It may be a mother figure, it may be a woman just in general, or just a situation that's emotionally taxing, and it has depleted you. And this is your time to rest and rejuvenate, get your energy back up. You also, once again, like this month, you're receiving so much recognition, and just high honor, across the board. It could be from family, it could be from your work, it could be from organizations that you are a part of, but you're just really receiving a lot of recognition for your work. You are realizing your personal power, and that portion of your personal power is your generosity. You are extremely generous. And being a provider to your family and your community, like whatever recognition you are receiving, it is well deserved. You may be stepping into the role of a teacher, and it not necessarily like, oh, you went and got a job to become a teacher, even though that might be the case. But a teacher you might be to your children. A teacher you are to people who look up to you, who value your opinions and your information that you have. And whenever we are teachers, we are also learning from those that we're teaching. So it's one of those things where you might be around younger children, and you say something and they say something back to you, and you get so much enlightenment from what they said. It just totally flips your mind, because kids are so connected, before the innocence is taken away, and it happens to all of us. Not in a bad way. I'm saying just in general, we grow up, right? But whatever it is, you're meditating or in stance of meditation during this period, which is great. The full moon is a perfect time to go into meditation, so I do recommend that. Like, once again, thinking about yoga, maybe getting into that. But most importantly, learning to let go and operate from your heart space as opposed to your head. Because you could have been overthinking things in the past, and because you overthought, you may have become very emotional, had emotional outbursts, and just feelings of being overwhelmed. And now you're in that energy of taming those emotions and becoming emotionally intelligent and stable. And you're healing relationships around you and finding your calling and purpose in life, which is so beautiful. For the majority of you, that's where you're at. And because of the wisdom that you have gained during, those past situations, relationships, lessons, You've done the inner work, or you're doing the inner work, and you're receiving justice. You're receiving fair treatment. And we all got to receive karma too. So, you're receiving that as well if you weren't doing your best, or you weren't behaving in a way that is truly upholds your stance of integrity. We're not perfect. So, I mean, it is what it is. But in all, you might even be seeking like professional help, which I recommend for everybody to get a therapist. Um, yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. A therapist, a counselor, a life coach, whatever it may be, you may be seeking that out, and it's helping you like resolve those issues that you have within significant relationships, which is beautiful. There's certain things that will be revealed to you during this full moon in regards to a significant relationship that you have financial ties to, and you may be seeking legal counsel on the matter, and this will give you clarity, and it helps you to make the right decision on the matter. All in all, you will have victory in the end. Just continue to keep your integrity, your confidence, continue to be brave and courageous throughout it all, and continue to seek the advice from actual, living, breathing people, from them, as well as from your inner source, connection to source, right? It all works together. On the 30th of December, Venus enters Sagittarius. Once again, that's your first house. Once again, getting highlighted. And this time with Venus in there, oh man. We shall dive deeper into this transit and its influence in the January forecast, because I mean, the 30th, what's left of December? 2 days? Yeah, no. The energy is just starting to rev up. But as a precursor to that video, I will say this. Your hair will be a major focus, and your appearance will be a beautiful balance between provocative and conservative. It'll be like artistic in a way. It draws people in to view you in the sense that you are a work of art, as opposed to a sexualized, portrait or something like that. They really be looking at you like, wow. Very sensual, dreamy, clever. You might be accessorizing with feathers during this time and just giving off a more moody vibe. And on the 31st of December, Jupiter stations direct in Taurus. That's your sixth house of work, physical work, physical labor, putting in the work, employees, your pets, all that, right? And just the same as Venus, we will dive deeper into all of that in the January forecast. But a quick note about this transit is that your workplace and the people you work with, the energy is changing for the best. It's moving into a more celebratory energy, of course, with the new year and all that stuff that's expected, but it's kind of different. It's like a hope that's there that wasn't there before. And on top of all that, you will be your clownish self. Your sense of humor is just gonna be so on point. Just the energy of delight. It's just a light energy, really relaxed spirit, just very just free. And you're the one to bring that, right? You have all the jokes, perfect timing, all that. So we're gonna get deeper into that in the January forecast. I'm actually really excited about that because my Jupiter and my natal chart is in Taurus, so I am super excited to see what that is going to bring me, since that is my Jupiter return. So let's get into that when it comes. Until then, make sure to comment how it's going, how it's been going, down in the comment section. Share if you care, like it if it resonated, and subscribe so that you can be up on it when the videos first come out, because I am pretty sporadic with my timing that I drop these videos. I try my best not to be, but let's just face it, I'm an Aquarius. We can't help it. Only sign worse than me is probably a fire sign or Gemini. It just is what it is. But I try my best. So anyways, have a great December. Happy birthday to all of you December Saggies. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.